Oh, bros, I have to tell you about the bizarre things that happened to me 4 years ago. I never really intended to open up about it, convinced it was all in the past. But today, something triggered those memories again. It's one of those experiences you think you've moved past, but then something happens, and suddenly, everything comes rushing back. The strange things she did, the eerie way she spoke. Honestly, I still can't wrap my mind around it. It still creeps me out to this day. I don't even know if I've ever shared this with anyone. Probably not. But back then, I was absolutely terrified. And today, it hit me like a ton of bricks. I feel like I have to talk about it now, even after all this time. Be me. 4 years ago, average 22-year-old guy. Anon. Live in small town, nothing ever happens here. Decide to get a coffee one morning. Walk into local cafe. Beans and dreams. See her. Tiny, cute girl sitting alone in the corner. Big glasses, cardigan 3 sizes too big, frilly dress. Looks like she fell out of a Pinterest board. Staring at the menu like it personally insulted her. My face when she can barely reach the counter when she orders. Decide to shoot my shot because why not? Hey, you come here often? She looks at me with the biggest doe eyes I've ever seen. Oh, no, I usually make my own tea, but I wanted to try something new. Her voice is so soft, I feel like I'm in a Studio Ghibli movie. We talk for a bit. Her name's Jasmine. She's new in town. Moved here for peace and quiet. Same, Jasmine, same. Offer to show her around. She giggles, says yes. Life is good.png. Fast forward a few weeks. We've been hanging out a lot. She's so sweet, it's borderline diabetes-inducing. Always brings me little snacks she bakes. Calls me Mr. Anon like she's from the 1800s. Literally blushes if I so much as look at her too long. Introduce her to my friend group. They love her. Even Chad, who once called puppies overrated, says she's adorable. Everything's perfect. But then, little cracks start to show. One night, we're watching a crime documentary at my place. Narrator says something about perfect alibis. Jasmine casually chimes in, "Oh, that's easy to fake." Excuse me, what? Ask her what she means. She giggles. Oh, if you just make sure to be seen on a security camera somewhere far away. She explains it in way too much detail, like step by step. .jpg. Another time, she's baking cookies at my place. She drops a knife while cutting chocolate. It lands point down, barely misses her foot. She just stares at it and says, that could have been bad. Picks it up, smiles at me and adds, "Knives are so fascinating, don't you think?" I laugh nervously. She doesn't. Then there's the petting zoo incident. Decide to take her to see the baby goats because she loves animals. Everything's fine until she starts staring at one of the goats. Like, really staring. Finally says, "Do you think they'd notice if one went missing?" Jasmine, what? She laughs. "I'm kidding, Mr. Anon." I'm pretty sure she wasn't kidding. Later that week, I come home from work, find my cat wearing a tiny handmade sweater. It's adorable, but also weird because I didn't even know Jasmine knew I had a cat. Ask her about it the next day. She just says, "Oh, Mr. Fluffy and I are best friends now." I never told her my cat's name. Things start escalating. She makes a joke about how easy it'd be to hide a body in the local woods. It's not funny. She starts showing up to places I didn't even mention going to. Oh, what a coincidence. Except it's not. Once I catch her talking to my neighbor, Mrs. Thompson. She's holding a pie. Mrs. Thompson waves at me, says, "Your girlfriend is so sweet, she made this." Didn't even know Jasmine could bake pies. She baked my favorite pie. I never told her that either though. Finally decide to confront her. "Jasmine, you've been acting a little strange." She tilts her head, looks at me like I'm the crazy one. Strange? How? Mention the cat sweater, the weird comments, the pie. She bursts into tears, says she just wanted to be the perfect girlfriend. I feel like a jerk. It's fine, Jasmine, just maybe tone it down a little, okay? She nods, but her smile doesn't reach her eyes. A few days later, I wake up to find my entire lawn covered in candles, like hundreds of them. They spell out, "I love you." Jasmine is standing in the middle of it, holding a tray of muffins. "Good morning, Mr. Anon." It's 4:30 a.m. Tell her this is too much. She looks genuinely confused. "But I thought you'd like it." Explain that normal people don't do stuff like this. She pouts, says she'll try harder next time. Next time? Harder? Dear God, send help. Decide to put some distance between us. She doesn't take it well. Starts sending me daily love letters. They're like 10 pages long. One has a detailed sketch of us holding hands. In the background, there is a wedding cake with the words, "Forever and always" written on it. Decide to block her number. Next day, she shows up at my door. "I notice you blocked me. Did I do something wrong?" Try to explain that I need space. She nods, says she understands. Leaves without a fuss. Relieved? Think it's over. Wake up the next morning. There's a life-sized cardboard cutout of me on my porch. It's wearing my clothes. There's a note pinned to it. "If you won't let me see the real you, this will have to do." Enough is enough. Decide to get a restraining order. Show up at the police station. Describe the situation. Cop literally laughs and says, "Sounds like she's just passionate." Passionate? She broke into my house to steal my shirts for a cardboard cutout. He says there's nothing they can do unless she's a physical threat. Give up, go back home. Start locking all my doors and windows religiously. Double check them every night. One evening, I hear tapping on the window. Freeze in place. Slowly turn around. It's Jasmine. She's on the other side of the glass, holding a tray of cookies. She mouths, "I miss you, Mr. Anon." Call the police. She's gone by the time they arrive. They don't take it seriously. Go back to the station the next day. Demand to speak to someone higher up. They roll their eyes and send me to the deputy. "So, let me get this straight," he says, barely containing his laughter. "You're scared of a tiny girl who bakes cookies and makes you candles." "It's not just that," I explain. "She's breaking into my house, leaving creepy notes and stalking me." He chuckles. "Sounds like she's just smitten. You should be flattered." Flattered.mp4. Leaves feeling more helpless than ever. A few days later, Jasmine ups the ante. Come home from work to find my car covered in post-it notes. Every single one has a heart or "I love Anon" written on it. Takes me 40 minutes to peel them all off. Neighbors laugh, think it's hilarious. Meanwhile, I'm terrified. Decide to install security cameras. Catch her on footage sneaking into my backyard at 2 a.m. She's planting flowers in the shape of a heart. Take the footage to the cops. They tell me it's not criminal behavior. She's just beautifying your yard. One of them jokes. Wonder if I'm losing my mind. Next morning, wake up to the smell of bacon. Walk to the kitchen. Jasmine is there, wearing my apron, cooking breakfast. "Good morning, Mr. Anon. I used the spare key under your mat. Hope that's okay." It's not okay. She serves me pancakes shaped like hearts with bacon. Pancakes with bacon? "Sit down. I made your favorite." Didn't even know I had a favorite. Spend the whole meal planning my escape. Decide to stay at a motel for a while. Leave a note on my door. Gone for work, be back in a month. Drive 2 towns over. Check in. Finally feel safe. A week later, hear a knock on my motel room door. Open it cautiously. It's Jasmine. She's holding a picnic basket. "I figured you'd be lonely, Mr. Anon." How did she find me? Ask her, trying to keep my voice steady. She just giggles. "Oh, I have my ways." Don't even bother eating whatever's in the basket. Know it's poisoned or something worse. Decide to call my parents. Explain the situation. "Mom, Dad, I think I'm being stalked." Dad laughs. "Back in my day, we called that devotion." Mom says Jasmine sounds like a sweet girl, and I should give her another chance. Nobody's taking this seriously. Realize I'm on my own. Decide to confront her once and for all. Text her to meet at a public park during the day. She shows up wearing a sundress and carrying a picnic blanket. Looks like we're about to film a rom-com montage. "Jasmine, we need to talk." She smiles. "Yes, I want to marry you, Mr. Anon." I look at her in disbelief. Her smile falters. "What's wrong, Mr. Anon? No marriage? Did I do something to upset you?" Explain that her behavior is scaring me. She starts crying. Loud, hiccuping sobs that makes everyone in the park stare. Someone actually comes over and asks if she's okay. Now I'm the bad guy. She promises to back off. Says she just got carried away. Don't believe her for a second. Go back to the motel. Triple check all the locks. Decide to sleep with the bat under my pillow. But I don't feel safe in the motel anymore. Start sleeping in my car. Feel like I'm in a bad Lifetime movie. Meanwhile, Jasmine's still sending texts. "I miss you, Mr. Anon. You'll come back to me, won't you? We're meant to be together." Block her number again. A week later, get pulled over by a cop. Apparently, my car was reported stolen. Jasmine reported it. Have to prove ownership at the station. She's there when I arrive. The cops called her. "Oh, Mr. Anon, I was so worried." She's holding a casserole dish. Cops still think she's just a concerned girlfriend. One of them actually pats me on the back and says, "You've got to keep her." Finally decide to leave town for good. Managed to negotiate with my boss to work remotely. Keep my job but change my location entirely. Don't tell anyone where I'm going. Ditch my phone, get a burner. Start a new life 3 states away. Things are quiet for a few months. Start to think maybe I'm safe. But sometimes I question if I overreacted. Was she really a psycho or just overly attached? Remember all the weird things she did and said. Not definitely a psycho. Try to push the memories out of my mind. Fast forward 4 years. Today, come home from the gym. Find a package on my doorstep. No return address. Didn't think much of it. Open it. Inside is a cake. Heart-shaped with icing that says, "I miss you, Mr. Anon. See you soon." My stomach drops. This isn't happening. No way she found me. Look around, checking for any sign of her lurking nearby. Every shadow seems ominous now. This isn't just a cute gesture. It's a message, a threat. She knows where I live. What if she's been following me all this time? Can't believe this is happening. Panic starts to rise. My mind races back to every weird thing she ever did. The pies, the candles, the damn cutout. It was an obsession. It was something darker. And now, after all these years, it's like she's picked up right where we left off. Heart pounding, fear crawling up my spine. I'm not safe. She's still out there. And now, she knows where I am. Be me. Always been in love with my high school sweetheart. Let's call her Marigold. We were inseparable, everything just felt perfect. She had this laugh that made everything feel brighter. Her eyes sparkled like sunlight through leaves. She was the kind of girl who believed in fairy tales, and for some reason, I was the one she chose to share her world with. We talked about everything, our dreams, our plans, our future together. We used to sit in the park, under a big old oak tree, talking about how we'd grow old together. Life was perfect. Then one day, an opportunity came. Job offer from a prestigious company. Big promotion, but it required me to move to another country. It felt like the right thing to do. Marigold didn't say much, just held me in her arms and whispered that she'd wait for me. We promised each other that we'd make it work, no matter the distance. But life, as it often does, had other plans. I left thinking I could always come back, that we'd be fine. Years passed, new country, new life. Work was intense, the people were different, but I was making money and building something. Tried to move on, started dating girls, living life. But there was always this empty space, a space where Marigold's laughter and light used to be. Dating was strange. There was this one girl, let's call her Isabel. She was beautiful, intelligent, and kind. Everything anyone could want. But every time she smiled, all I could think about was how Marigold's smile was the only one that made me feel whole. Every time Isabel spoke, I heard Marigold's voice in my head. It wasn't fair to Isabel, so I decided to propose to her, thinking it might help me move on. After all, Isabel was a good person, and she deserved my commitment, right? So we planned a wedding, but the closer the day came, the more I felt like a stranger in my own life. I couldn't shake the feeling that something was missing. On our wedding day, Isabel was breathtaking, but in my heart I couldn't stop thinking about Marigold. When I said I do, I didn't feel the joy that I thought I would. It was like a weight in my chest, an undeniable truth that I was making a mistake. But the pressure was too great, and I went through with it anyway. Years passed, married Isabel, started a family, life went on. But with every year, the connection with Isabel felt more and more distant. She was a wonderful woman, but I kept comparing her to Marigold. Sometimes late at night, I would wake up and think about what could have been. Did Marigold find someone else? Was she happy? Did she forget about me? The guilt was suffocating. And then one evening I saw a post from Marigold on social media. She was in a park, laughing with some guy, her face as radiant as ever. My heart shattered. How could I have let her go? How could I have chosen this life over her? For the first time in years I found myself crying. Crying for the girl I lost, the girl I promised I'd never forget, the girl who had loved me unconditionally, the girl who was everything I ever wanted. I sat alone in my office that night, scrolling through old pictures of Marigold. Each photo was a reminder of what I threw away. It was almost like I could hear her laugh again, feel her warmth again. But it was too late. I was married to Isabel, and I had responsibilities now. I could never turn back, but deep down I knew the truth. I had married the wrong girl. No matter how much I loved Isabel, no matter how much I cared for her, she was never the one. The one was Marigold, the girl who was always meant to be my soulmate. But life doesn't work that way, does it? Now I'm stuck in a marriage that feels like it's been built on lies, on what-ifs and regrets. The love I have for Isabel is real, but it's not the kind of love I thought I would have. Every day I wonder what Marigold's life looks like now. Does she have kids? Is she happy? Is she with someone who sees her the way I did? I'll never know. All I have now are the memories, the endless what could have been moments. But it's all my fault. I let the best thing that ever happened to me slip through my fingers. And now all I can do is live with the fact that I married the wrong girl. The girl who was never meant to be. The one who doesn't fill the void Marigold left behind. Forever haunted by the girl I let go. The one that got away. The one I'll never be able to forget. And deep down, I know that I'll never stop loving her. No matter how much time passes, no matter how far away she is, Marigold will always be my first love. My only love. The one I let slip through my hands. And now I have to live with that truth for the rest of my life. Forever wondering what could have been. Be me. 25, average dude, decent job, decent life. Been dating Anna for 3 years. Absolute love of my life. Met her through work. She was the new marketing hire, and I was instantly smitten. Anna's everything I could ever want. Smart, funny, beautiful. We moved in together after 2 years of dating. Things were perfect. At least, I thought they were. My best friend Mike has been my ride or die since high school. He's the guy I trust with my life. We've been through everything together. Breakups, bad jobs, you name it. He's the first person I called when I decided to propose to Anna. Even showed him the ring I bought. A beautiful sapphire set in white gold. Mike was hyped for me. Said Anna was going to be over the moon. A few weeks later, Anna starts acting off. She's constantly on her phone, always texting someone. Starts going out more, claiming it's work events. She used to share everything with me, but now she's distant. Meanwhile, Mike is being weird too. He cancels plans last minute, claims he's busy with work. He's never been the flaky type, so this feels out of character. Start getting paranoid, but I push the thoughts away. Tell myself I'm overthinking things. Anna loves you and Mike is your best friend. They wouldn't do anything to hurt you. Keep repeating that like a mantra, but it doesn't stop the gnawing doubt. Decide to surprise Anna with sushi and flowers one Friday night. She loves sushi, always says it's her comfort food. I normally work Friday nights, but took the evening off just to surprise her. Thought it'd be a romantic gesture, something to show her how much she means to me. Drive to her apartment, she's been staying there more lately, claiming she needs space to focus on work. As I pull up, I notice Mike's car parked outside. Heart sinks into my stomach, but I tell myself there's probably a reasonable explanation. Maybe he's dropping something off? Maybe they're planning a surprise for me? Park and walk up to her door, sushi and flowers in hand. Hear muffled voices and laughter from inside. Knock on the door, but no one answers. After a minute, I try the spare key she gave me and let myself in. What I see makes my heart stop. Anna is on the couch, sitting on Mike's lap. Her shirt is unbuttoned and his hands are all over her. They both freeze when they see me standing there. Anna bursts into tears. It's not what it looks like. Mike stammers. Bro, I can explain. Can't even process the betrayal, just feel completely numb. Drop the flowers and sushi, turn around, and leave without saying a word. Drive aimlessly for hours, mind racing. The two people I trusted most in the world stabbed me in the back. Thought about confronting them, screaming, demanding answers. But what's the point? Nothing they say will undo what they did. Spend the next 2 weeks in a haze of depression. Barely eat, barely sleep, can't focus on work. Friends and coworkers ask if I'm okay. Just brush them off. Meanwhile, Anna keeps calling and texting, begging me to talk to her. Mike texts me too, says he messed up and wants to make things right. Ignore them both. They're dead to me. One night, lying in bed at 3 a.m., staring at the ceiling, feel completely hollow, like nothing matters anymore. Everything I had believed in shattered. The two people who meant the most to me in this world betrayed me. They ripped my trust apart, and now I'm left with nothing. Feel like I've got nothing left to lose. Then, out of nowhere, I think to myself, okay, F it, we ball. Decide if my life is going to be a mess, I'm taking them down with me. Revenge becomes my new purpose in life. Step 1. Gather evidence. Still have the spare key to Anna's apartment. Wait until I know she's at work and sneak in. Find her laptop and log in. Password is Mike's birthday. Seriously? Go through her messages and find everything I need. Texts of them planning meetups, pictures of them together, even an email draft where she writes about feeling conflicted, but ultimately choosing Mike over me. Forward all of it to myself. Delete sent message and trash. I'm not dumb, lol. 2. Ruin Anna's career. Anna works in PR, and her reputation is everything. She's always bragging about how she manages perceptions. Create a burner email account and dig through her messages. I also found WhatsApp web conversations and emails where she rants about her boss and the company. calling them incompetent and unprofessional. Even admit to stealing company property in one of her rants. Send everything to her boss with a note explaining how her behavior is unethical and damaging to the company's image. Her company has a strict no fraternization policy, so they fire her within the week. Step 3. Mike's turn. Mike works as a personal trainer, always preaching about his clean living lifestyle. Remember, he used to party hard in college and even sold coke on the side. Dig through old group chats and find messages and pics of him bragging about his side hustle. Create another burner email and send the screenshots to his gym. Caption it, "Is this who you want representing your brand?" Step 4. Public humiliation. Anna loves Instagram, always posting about self-love and authenticity. Log into her account, still saved on my laptop. Post a picture of Mike with the caption, "When your boyfriend's best friend becomes your new boyfriend," heart emoji. Post goes viral among our mutual friends. Comments are brutal. She deactivates her account within hours. Meanwhile, Mike started dating a new girl, Rachel. Find her on social media, send her the screenshots of Mike's texts with Anna. Rachel dumps him on the spot. Step 5. Psychological warfare. Mike has a ridiculous fear of rubber chickens, ever since a prank gone wrong years ago. He ended up in hospital and went to the therapist for years, lol. But that's another story. Decide to make this hilarious. Buy a dozen rubber chickens and sneak into his apartment through the back door. It's never locked because he's an idiot. Place the chickens in every possible spot. On the couch, in his bed, in the fridge, even in his shoes. Watch from a distance as he comes in through the front door and freezes. He sees one chicken, then another, then another. Before he can process, he's surrounded by an army of rubber chickens. He freaks out, stepping on one, making it squeak, totally losing it. At this point, he's jumping over chickens and screaming for no reason, thinking they're all out to get him. It's honestly the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. Anna has a massive bug phobia, so I get creative. Order a box of live fish bait, mealworms, maggots, the whole deal. Sneak into her apartment again, making sure she's not around. Scatter the creepy crawlies in her car vents, bathroom, and even her kitchen drawers. She starts freaking out, posting on Facebook, asking for an exterminator. Step 6. The fallout continues. Mike's clean living image has already taken a hit, but I know there's more to destroy. While we were still best friends, Mike bragged about a lot of things he should have kept hidden. One of the things he let slip was how he used to sneak performance-enhancing drugs to some of his clients, getting them results faster and making more money in the process. He told me how he had a few connections that would get him stuff under the radar, even how he had ordered some sketchy supplements for himself once. He'd always act like it was no big deal, but I knew this was exactly the kind of thing that could take him down if it got out. So, I start thinking, if I could find proof, I can really bring this whole thing crashing down for him. Mike had told me the name of the supplier he used back in the day, and I don't need much more than that. I don't have to dig far. Remembering a conversation I overheard at the gym between Mike and one of the other trainers. They were talking about a bulk order that had arrived a while back, something about a discount deal on special supplements. This catches my attention, so I strike up a casual conversation with one of the receptionists I've known for a while. She mentions that Mike had been the one to sign for a large delivery of nutrition products about a month ago. It wasn't the kind of order the gym usually deals with, but no one really questioned it at the time. This gives me the break I need. I follow up by talking to one of the clients who'd been training with Mike for years. They casually mention how Mike had hooked them up with some special stuff that helped them get ripped faster. And we're not talking about creatine or such. That's the confirmation I needed. With all this, I create another email, carefully compiling the details, his connection to the supplier, the special orders, and the way Mike was pushing the products onto clients. Attach everything to an email addressed to Mike's boss. I'm sure you want to know the full truth about the man you've been trusting with your clients' health. Here's what Mike's been hiding. Hit send without a second thought. Days later, Mike's world starts to fall apart. The gym fires him immediately, issuing a public statement that distances themselves from any involvement with him. Clients start dropping off, whispering about the shady supplements and the secrets Mike tried so hard to hide. His reputation as a trainer is gone, and everything he built up is ruined. He never saw it coming. The man who thought he could live the perfect life is now exposed for who he truly is. Step 7. Family fallout. Now it's time to hit where it hurts the most. His family. I go to Mike's parents' house, the place where I've been daily for years. I sit down with them and explain everything. How Mike's been living a double life, all the lies and the shady things he's been doing. I tell them about how I wanted to marry Anna, how we were planning a future together, all while she was secretly cheating on me with Mike. They're shocked, and I can see the disappointment in their eyes. His mom can barely look at me as I tell them about how Anna ended up leaving me for Mike. It's clear that their trust in him is shattered. They can't believe how he's torn apart relationships, both with me and with the woman I loved. I leave them with all the details, knowing they won't look at Mike the same way again. As I leave, I think to myself, they should do it. They look angry as hell at Mike. After everything's done, I can't help but reflect on what I've done to Mike and Anna. I ruined Anna's career by exposing her shady behavior at work. Her perfect image is shattered, and she's out of the job. Then I took down Mike, exposing his drug history and shady dealings at the gym. He's fired, his clients drop him, and his reputation as a personal trainer is destroyed. I didn't stop there. I made sure to hit them both where it hurt most personally. Anna's social media exploded, and she had to deactivate everything after the public humiliation. Mike's new relationship fell apart after I exposed his past to his girlfriend. Then I went to Mike's parents, who've known me for years, and laid it all out. Told them about how Mike had been living a double life and how he betrayed me with Anna. Their disappointment was clear, and I knew they wouldn't look at him the same way ever again. Throughout all this, I realized I was more disappointed in Mike than in Anna. He was my best friend, someone I trusted completely, and he tore that trust apart. Anna was bad, but Mike's betrayal stung deeper. Even now, I'm still heartbroken. The pain hasn't gone away, but at least it's shared now. It feels a little better knowing they're both paying the price. So now, what do, Anons? Be me. 30-year-old office worker. Live a relatively normal life. Doesn't have a crazy social life, just work and the occasional Netflix binge. Single, mostly content with my life. Haven't really dated in a while. So one day I decide to get on a dating app, hoping to find someone nice. Casual stuff. After a few days of swiping, match with a cute girl named Hannah. Texting back and forth, things are going pretty well. She starts sending me some flirty messages. I respond in kind, getting a bit more playful with the conversation. At some point, she asks if I have any spicy pics. Not sure how to respond to that, but I'm not going to be a weirdo and immediately send a D-pic. Decide to send a nice, tasteful picture of me in my new boxer shorts. Nothing too crazy, just a little fun, Send the picture, thinking nothing of it. She doesn't respond for a while, feeling pretty good about myself, thinking, yeah, I'm doing alright. Then my phone buzzes. Hey, send me those pics you promised, not this weird stuff. Panic.jpg. I didn't promise any pics to anyone. What's going on? Check message. Realize it's not Hannah. It's my boss. Frickin' boss. I sent that picture to my boss. How the hell did this happen? Open the chat history. Try to figure out what went wrong. Oh no, the app I was using auto-saved some drafts. I was texting my boss about a project in between. Somehow I got the two conversations mixed up. Have never felt so mortified in my life. Start typing an apology to my boss, but my hands are shaking too much to type. Panic mode activated. Open the accidentally sent excuse in my mind. Maybe I could play it cool? Yeah, that'll work. Decide to text him. Oops, wrong person. Was supposed to send that to a friend. I'll send you the pictures you wanted in a bit. Hit send. Praying for the best. No response. Breathe a sigh of relief. Think maybe it's over. Wrong. My phone buzzes again. It's my mom. What is this picture of you in underwear? Oh god, no. Mom, why mom? I didn't even know I had sent the picture to her. At this point, I'm completely frozen in terror. Am I getting hacked? Am I getting trolled? Feds? This is not happening. This can't be real. She follows up with another text. Explain this, please. Try to think fast. Can't think of anything that won't make it worse. There's no way out of this. Type out an explanation. It's for a project I'm working on. I swear. She responds, a project? Really? Now it's time for the panic spiral. My phone rings. Mom calling me. I don't want to answer, but I also don't want to let it go to voicemail. Can already hear her voice in my head. What is this? Answer the phone, voice trembling. Hey mom, what's up? I just saw the picture. What's going on? Try to explain, but the words aren't coming out right. It was an accident. I swear, it was meant for a friend and I got confused with my app. You sent me a picture of you in your underwear. Do you think I'm stupid? She cuts me off. Wait, for a friend? Son, are you gay? Start to hear her breathing, like she's trying to process this absurdity. She says she's calling my father. The dread fills my chest. I can't have my dad know about this. There's no way I can explain this to him. So now I'm literally in a full-on freakout, texting my boss again, hoping for some reprieve. I swear it was an accident, please don't fire me. No response. Think about all the possible ways this could end. My boss knows I sent him underwear pics. My mom thinks I'm involved in some weird online project, and apparently I'm also gay. I'm about to lose my job, my dignity, and my relationship with my parents in one go. Suddenly I get a text from Hannah. Hey, sorry about earlier, I was joking. You actually sent me that picture? She's laughing in her message. Oh my god. Everything is falling apart. My boss knows, my mom knows, and Hannah's making fun of me. Suddenly my dad texts me, what's going on with your mother? She's freaking out. Now it's all out in the open. Tell him what happened, try to keep my cool. He tells me, it's okay, but just don't send me such pictures, son. At this point, I'm just waiting for the inevitable disaster. But nothing really happens. My mom's still mad, but she calms down eventually. My dad barely mentions it at all. He doesn't care. My boss never even brings it up again. He sends me a work-related message later that day like nothing happened. No one's mentioned it again, but I can't shake the feeling of complete embarrassment. I decide to never, ever send another picture to anyone ever again. Lesson learned. If you're going to be sending underwear pics, make sure you're sending them to the right person. Also, don't mix up your apps. Regret everything. Live with the shame forever. God, I hope this doesn't become an office rumor. Just want to crawl into a hole and never come out. Oh, and I might have totally spaced on mentioning that I was absolutely fried. Like, I ate an ungodly amount of edibles. Chased them with an energy drink that probably had warning labels in 5 languages. And topped it all off with some focus pills my sketchy friends swore were life-changing. Spoiler, they were. Just not in a good way. I'll be back. Why are American women brain-dead troglodytes? Meet a girl at the dog park. Seems cool, pretty, and our dogs get along. Find out she is a retail supervisor. So we talk about the shitty hours. She finds out I'm a scientist working in clinical research, oncology. Talks about her mother's cancer treatment. Asks if I have kids. Nope, but tell her I want kids in the future. She doesn't have kids either, just a dog. She said it was refreshing talking with me. She asks me for my number, set up a coffee date for yesterday. She shows up with a friend, asks me to pay for both of them. I agree, it's just coffee, but I'm bummed. She asks for a dinner date for today or later this week and invites her friend. I say no because I thought it was going to be just us on a date. Oh, so you can't afford it? No, bitch, I can. I'm just not a meal ticket for you and your friend. She says if I want to be a dad, I should be able to afford a third, otherwise I'm not ready. I tell her if she wants to be a mom, that she needs to learn to set boundaries, and it's clear she's not ready. She gets pissed and goes off on me. Her friend texts me that I'm an a-hole. Block them both. Frick, how am I the bad guy? Be me couple years back. Get freelance job writing for online article company. Trying to get clicks. Decide to find some random anime to write on. Top 10 episodes of the anime. Pretty much just go find YouTube opinions and join a Discord full of fans to get the consensus 10 or so best episodes. Throw some random episode that has decent reviews but mildly controversial at number 7. Publish article. Wait a few days and share it to a community Discord saying this list is pretty good but number 7 is eh. Rinse and repeat with a different game/anime/show. I've been doing this for years and no one catches on. Decent looking guy, having a good job. Not many friends, and single because of job, work, third shift. Watched Drive for the first time ever. Changes my life. I want to be Driver. Get my hair cut like Driver and start wearing clothes like Driver. No scorpion jacket because I'm not autistic. Start behaving like Driver, quiet but cool. Buy brand new 2011 Mustang GT 5.0 because Driver drove one and I make enough, so F it. Start eating at this little diner every night. Staff remembers me, always saves me a spot. Cutie pie waitress always chats me up, gives me free pie. I reciprocate but remain vague and brooding. Waitress wants me. Ask her if she wants to go for a drive. She gladly accepts. Cruise the night listening to Drive soundtrack. Drop her off at her apartment. Ask if I want to come inside for coffee. Oh frick yes. Play it cool, brood for a second. Reply with a yeah. Simple. We F. Waitress and I start dating. Keep up my driver schlick. She introduces me to her friends. They think I'm cool AF. Some of her dude friends start wearing skinny jeans, white tees like me. Holy frick, lol. One night, her and I sit down to watch a movie on demand. She's browsing movies. Stops on drive. Oh frick. You seen this yet, Anon? Shit. Play it cool, man. What would Driver do? Brood for a sec? Nah, it's not my thing. Ended up watching Bridesmaids. Still dating today, and still doesn't know I've been pretending to be Ryan Gosling for 4+ years. When I was a college freshman, I broke up a couple because I wanted to F the girl. College had an anonymous confession board for students. I make a post about seeing the boyfriend with another girl. They argue, and a week later, they are broken up. I'm in same class as girl. Offer to help her with work. Go to her accommodation. We work for about 5 minutes before she starts kissing me. Don't regret it. She was hot. Be me. Loner, no real friends. At school, sitting by myself in a park-like area. 3 popular girls I'm in some classes with walk towards and sit down on a bench directly facing me. For the next 20 minutes, they chat and gossip right next to me before leaving, never looked at or spoke to me once. That was like 10 years ago, and it's still the worst feeling I've ever experienced. It was like I was less than nothing to them, completely worthless. And life hasn't gotten any better since then either. I think I've already lost hope. Freshman Psych 101 class. Professor is a fit, attractive guy in his early 40s. Stern, but explained topics well and good eye candy. All the girls thought he was hot and would sit up front and giggle at him. One day, the professor is taking questions. Some guy in the back raises his hand and asks something. A girl in the front snickers at him. The professor loses his mind at her and starts shouting, "No, you will not laugh at people in my classroom." She's shell-shocked. "If you're going to act that way, get out. Get out now." She packs her stuff and leaves. He apologizes to us, but explains that he has no tolerance for that behavior. I was like, holy based. Be me. 22. Stuck living at home while trying to save for my own place. My sister, Vanessa, 20, lives here too and is basically the family's pride and joy. She's got the whole perfect daughter act down. Straight A's, always polite, never causes trouble. Parents are always on my case, saying, "Why can't you be more like Vanessa?" But I know the truth, and it's nothing like what they think. One night, I'm scrolling Instagram when I see her tagged in a party video. She's wasted, grinding on some guy who looks like he hasn't showered in days. Recognize the guy. It's my old coworker from my summer job. Text him like, "Yo, why is my sister all over you?" He sends a laughing emoji and says, "Bro, she's been all over everyone." Decide to investigate because now I can't get it out of my head. Find her Insta account through some mutual followers. It's a whole other side of her. Club pics, skimpy outfits, captions like, "Catch flights, not feelings." I'm glad I haven't followed her yet, because my eyes hurt looking at her profile. One post has her laughing in a group selfie with the caption, "Boys are so easy." Start seeing comments from random dudes like, "Last night was wild." Feel like my entire perception of her shatters. Can't even look at her at breakfast the next morning without imagining the Finsta content. She's sitting there acting all innocent, telling mom she's so tired from studying late. Can barely hold it in and say, "Library must have been so wild, huh?" She just smirks at me like she knows exactly what I've seen. Things hit a breaking point when one of my own friends tells me he hooked up with her. He's all smug about it like it's some kind of badge of honor. Confront Vanessa when I get home, asking, "What the hell is wrong with you?" She just rolls her eyes and says, "Why do you even care? It's my life." Parents have no idea what's really going on. They're still telling their friends how Vanessa is going to change the world while she's out every weekend. Start feeling like I'm the only one in my family who sees through the act, but no one would believe me if I told them. Mom and dad always take her side whenever we argue, thinking I'm just jealous. One night, hear her sneaking a guy into the house after everyone's gone to bed. Wake up the next morning to her sitting at the table with mom, acting like she's an angel. Can't handle it anymore. Tell her straight up, "You're not fooling anyone, Vanessa." She smiles and says, "No, just you." Like it's some kind of game to her. Now every time she opens her mouth, it feels like nails on a chalkboard. Half want to expose her to our parents. Half want to just move out and never deal with it again. Still stuck here, watching her fake her way through life while I get the blame for everything. Be me. 25-year-old. Decide to turn my life around. Start hitting the gym for 9 months, to the point where I can squat 85 kilograms for 5 reps, deadlift 100 kilograms, bench 90 kg. 20-year-old girl at my gym looking at me. Ask her out. Over the next months, find out she has a crazy imagination. We start playing in the woods in makeshift treehouse. We imagine we're fighting dragons, throwing grenades, blowing up monsters, etc. Work out together every day. One day she texts me, "Hey Nan, do you want to go to our castle today?" Had done like 5 supersets of hammer curls and dumbbell curls, so I text her I was too f***ed up to go with her. Evening comes and police officer shows up at my door. "Sir, are you an acquaintance of Annette?" Freaking out, say yes. She fell down a creek and drowned in a river in the forest. She must have hit her head. It was painless. I'm broken. Attending funeral. Her dad tells me, "Hey Nan, Annette didn't have many friends at school or college, and you were always there for her. You were her favorite person." He's choking behind tears and I'm trying to hold my tears. They start streaming down my face. Leave the funeral a crying mess. Haven't lifted since. It's been a month. I'm already getting fat. No motivation knowing I've failed. And she's gone forever. Lifting gains evaporated overnight. Nothing left to lift for, even though no, she would have wanted me to keep going. I can't turn back time. Can't stop death. Can't bring her back. So hopeless, I barely get out of bed anymore. Be me. Have cheap friend for years. Never cared about her. We often talk about our 6 experiences. Fast forward when she confessed to me. We have 6. Suddenly I do care about her body count and I hate her for it. Want to break up the day after we became a couple. Why I'm like this? I never cared about what she did before. Buying alcohol. Cashier asks for my ID. My ID pic is me doing a goofy face. She looks at me kind of sad. "You've lost your smile, kid." Thanks. Be me. About to enjoy a night watching Shrek 2 2004. Got my popcorn. Sitting in my chair with a blanket. The dear man starts speaking loudly in the voice of my deceased mother outside, trying to lure me outside. I just wanted to relax. B9. Not allowed TV or internet. Not allowed to play with friends. Only have Game Boy SP and Pokemon Leaf Green. Start with Charmander. Name her Ember. Challenge myself to only use Ember in battle. Grind a ton, ending wild Nidorans and Pidgeys to level up. Evolve Ember into Charmeleon before first gym. Beat first gym. Beat second gym. Keep winning more and more. Eventually have Charizard. Ember kicks everyone's butt easy. Keep grinding for weeks until Ember is level 99. Finally go through Victory Road with HM Slaves. Put HM Slaves away. Face Elite 4 with Ember only. Hardest fight she's ever done. Close to losing a few times. Push through. Win. Ember is best girl. Thanks Ember. Miss you so much. You were my only childhood friend. Work with a femcel. The type who unironically uses terms like mid or based IRL. Shows up to work wearing the same 3 sets of t-shirts and sweatpants that are never ironed or washed. She's always covered in a thin layer of grease and sweat. Saw her sitting at my desk today on her phone on Exeter. Tell her to move. Sit down. Chair absolutely reeks. Smells like man BO. She's clearly gone another week without showering. Try to poke her face, but my eyes literally burn. She knows I smell it. Just grins at me. I can't take this shit anymore. Be me. Have depression. Go to hospital for ending your thoughts. Got meds that never worked. Realize depression is cringe. Literally just decide to not have it anymore. My face when it frickin' worked. Games now reach a greater level of visual fidelity than anything which came before. Very few games actually use those graphics to do what we all want. Render attractive women. Modern gaming is such a monkey paw. Be me. Touching myself to weird shit. About a millisecond before I climax, I stop for no reason. Get up and take a cold shower. While in the shower, realize time is running out. Realize I only have a few more chances if I want to get anywhere in life. I gotta get organized. I hope today is the day's start. Be me. Over 6 feet. 6-pack, make over 6 figures. Which means I don't date women that require that for a relationship. Be gone, thought. What's your favorite last day at work burning bridge story? Be my friend. Last day of an almost 10-year career of being a FedEx dispatcher. Management are a bunch of abusive cunts. Friend lands a better job at UPS. Last day arrives. Friend dispatches 6 different tractor-trailer drivers to go to the wrong FedEx buildings in the wrong states. All 6 drivers laughed because they knew what he was doing because they hated working there as well. Just following orders, lol. Trailers leave. Friend quits. Wish I knew the story of what happened next, but I don't. Still funny. Talk to a fat girl at a party. Talk my way into her bed by accident. She's all made up and is just offering herself, so I figure why not. Plow her and fall asleep. Wake up the next morning and she wants to F again. She's naked and without makeup. All the fat held in by her underwear and tight clothing is just pooling on the bed. Her features are all piggish and gross. Already on top of her and she's a friend of a friend, so I don't want to offend her. Just bury my face in her beautiful plump tits and thrust away while imagining my ex. Friend decides to have another party the next day for a local holiday. Fat girl shows up and now it's like we're dating. Friend tells me that fat girl is very enamored with me. Go home with her again. Can F her while she's clothed with makeup on just fine. In the morning, just motorboat her fantastic tits and hump away. Repeat this until I have to take a trip for work. She moves on to another guy. Manage not to offend her or piss off my friend. Meet her 5 years later to discover she works in HR at the company I'm applying for. She's married but still remembers me fondly. Panel is split between me and another guy. She vouches for me and gets me the job. Her big, beautiful breasts are the reason I have a career today. God bless them. Be me a few months back. Ending it thoughts as usual, but really close to just doing it. Friends handle those topics poorly, but one of them finds out. On my way to purchase a chair so I can hang myself. Get text from friend on Snapchat. Video text actually. Open it. It's frickin' 6 of my bros shittily singing Logic's 1-800 song. I'm so frickin' baffled at the stupidity of this that I actually don't end it all, and I'm doing better today. Thanks, friends. Be me, 21, dating Alia for 2 years. Thought everything was fine, we were happy. We had our ups and downs, but I always trusted her completely. One day, Alia starts acting distant, always on her phone. That feeling when I feel something's off. But I don't want to jump to conclusions. Casually ask her if everything's okay. She brushes it off and says I'm paranoid. Gut tells me something's up, so I decide to check her phone while she's in the shower. Find a bunch of flirty texts from some guy named Omar. My face when my stomach drops, seeing them talk about meeting up and sending photos. She even referred to him as baby in one of the texts. Confront her when she comes out. Try to stay calm. She denies it at first, starts crying and saying she didn't mean it. She says it was a mistake, promises it'll never happen again, begs me to forgive her. I'm torn, but I decide to give her another chance. We talk it out for hours, and she says she's learned her lesson. Decide to forgive her, thinking maybe it's worth it to move on and leave it behind. Things are awkward at first, but we try to pick up where we left off. Every time she goes out with friends, though, a part of me wonders if it's happening again. That feeling when I can't trust her the way I used to, and it eats me up inside. Try to ignore it, but every time I see her on her phone, I can't help but feel paranoid. Months go by, things seem to calm down. We're back to normal, or so I think. One night, Alia acts weird again. She says she's going to a friend's house, but her vibe is off. I tell myself it's nothing, but I decide to follow her. That feeling when I shouldn't have done that. Catch her walking into some random guy's apartment. No way. She's cheating again. My face when I feel my heart shatter in an instant. Standing outside, I can hear their laughter through the window, knowing what's happening. Next day, confront her again. She denies at first, but I'm done with the lies. I tell her I saw everything. There's no denying it. She breaks down, says she wasn't sure about our relationship, wasn't ready for commitment. By this point, I'm numb to it all. That feeling when I realize I've been an idiot to trust her again. She promises me it won't happen again, but I'm done. I tell her I can't keep forgiving someone who keeps hurting me. We break up for good, both knowing we've lost what we had. She says she'll change, but I'm past it. Feel a strange mix of relief and regret. Realize I should have trusted my instincts the first time, but it took me too long to learn. People don't change. Get offered B-job by Tinder chick. Arrive at her apartment. Door opens and her dad answers. You here to F my daughter? Say, we have a date tonight. She comes out quick and says sorry about her dad being weird. We go to a random area. She says she can still give me BJ, but she actually just wants to have a peaceful talk with someone. Fast forward 45 seconds and I climax. We proceed to talk about all kinds of shit. I end up landing a second date, and third, and soon enough, she's my girlfriend. She ends up turning her life around a bit and gets off of drugs and stops offering BJs to Tinder bros. My face when I turned a cheap chick into a wife. Be me, 19, programming student for 1.5 years. Top of my class, 90% plus scores, but been cheating on literally everything using ChatGPT. Generate code, memorize how it works, explain it to profs like I know my shit. Everyone thinks I'm a genius. People ask me for help. I fumble through advice and they figure it out themselves. Been smooth sailing until now. New subject requires us to use some in-browser VM on the school's server during the test. Monitors every app/website we open. No ChatGPT crutch allowed. Test in 21 hours. Need 50% to pass. Don't actually know how to code. Barely know the syntax, just the concepts. Could maybe switch tabs without them noticing, but not sure if it's worth the risk. Or do I actually try to learn enough Java in 21 hours to scrape a passing grade? How effed am I, Anons? You see this watch? This watch costs more than your car. How do you respond without sounding poor and mad? Be me, 23 years old, textbook Anon, living in mom's basement like a true neat legend. Spend days shitposting on /B, eating ramen, avoiding sunlight like a vampire. Mom's 45, decent looking for her age, but obviously not my type. She's got this friend, Amber, 35, and holy hell, she's a walking felony of hotness. 10 years younger than mom. Prime age for me, basically a MILF jackpot. Amber's got curves like a racetrack, hair smelling like vanilla and chaos. Works out, probably CrossFit or some crap. Could snap me like a twig. Mom invites her over for one of their wine and gossip nights. Hear them laughing upstairs while I'm mid-argument with some rando about waifus. Decide it's time to flex my non-existent social skills. Maybe grab a snack too. Put on least stained hoodie, check hair and monitor reflection, good enough. Walk upstairs, house smells like Pinot Noir and middle-aged madness. See Amber on the couch, legs crossed, jeans tighter than my budget. Tops low cut, probably a violation of some international law. Brain.exe crashes hard, rebooting at dial-up speed. Mom spots me. Oh, Anon, there you are. Say hi to Amber. Mouth dry, tongue like sandpaper. Hi, Amber. Ma'am, hi. Ma'am? What am I, a cowboy in a saloon? And me now? Amber smirks, tilts her head. Hey, cutie. No need to be so formal. Cutie? She called me cutie! Blood pressure skyrockets. Try to play it cool, sit across from her like a functional human. Immediately knock over my monster can. Green liquid everywhere. Table's a mess, hoodie's soaked. I'm a disaster flick protagonist. Amber laughs. Oh, honey, need a hand or a towel? Voice like velvet. She leans forward. I see more than intended. Panic mode on. Stammer. I got it. Thanks. Mom sighs. Anon. Seriously? Get a towel. You're embarrassing me. Bolt upstairs. Trip on third step. Faceplant like a champ. Hear Amber giggle behind me. Mix of pity and amusement. Grab towel, wipe down, consider permanent basement residency. But no, Anon's a warrior. Gotta salvage this train wreck. Head back down, Amber sipping wine like a goddess. Mom's ranting about her book club. Doesn't notice my return. Amber pats the seat next to her. Come sit. I won't bite. Yet. Yet? Heart's at 180 BPM, sweating like a 4Chan mod at a normie convention. Sit down. Too close. Smell her perfume. It's a knockout punch. Try to be witty. So, you come here often? Brain.exe has left the building. Dumbest line ever. She chuckles. Only when your mom's got the good wine. Grins at me. Perfect teeth. I'm a deer in headlights. Mom butts in. Anon, tell Amber about your hobbies. Oh god, no, not the hobby talk. Mom, please stop. Amber raises an eyebrow. Yeah, Anon, what do you do for fun? Panic. Can't say shit posting in anime. That's a death sentence. I like computers and, games. Smooth as gravel. She nods. Cool. I'm into tech too. Ever try coding? She's into tech? Redemption arc incoming. Yeah, I've dabbled, mostly scripts for, stuff. Read botnets. We actually talk. She's chill, knows Python. I'm smitten. Mom leaves to refill wine. Me and Amber alone now. Golden opportunity, Anon, don't blow it. She leans closer. What kind of games you into? Brain scrambles. Dark Souls or Normie Mario? Mostly RPGs. Some shooters, you know, good stuff. She nods. I'm a sucker for a good story. Ever play Mass Effect? Holy crap, she's a gamer. This is a unicorn sighting. Yeah, loved it. Romanced Tali every time. Best waifu. Oh no. Said waifu out loud. Abort mission. She laughs. Tali's cute. I get it. I went for Garrus. We're bonding. My neat heart can't take it. She shifts. Knee brushes mine, probably on purpose. Face redder than a slash pull thread after a ban wave. Try to stay cool. So, you code in game? That's neat. Neat? Safe choice. Grave stays undug. She grins. Thanks, cutie. You're pretty fun yourself. Internal screaming. External wheezing. I'm a wreck. Mom returns, oblivious. You two getting along? Amber winks. Oh, we're having a blast. Mom smiles. Good. Anon needs friends, not on his screen. Thanks, Mom. Really boosting my credit here. Night rolls on. Amber keeps tossing playful jabs. I'm barely hanging on. She mentions being single. Haven't found the right guy yet. Brain. This is it, Anon. Go time. Me. Haha, yeah, dating's rough. Right? Nailed it. Totally fumbled a wide open shot. She tilts her head, smirks. Oh, you're a riot, Anon. Riot? Wait, is she mocking me? Brain lags. Try to recover. I mean, it's tough out there, you know? She nods, but her smile's more amused than flirty now. Sure, kid. I bet it's real tough in the basement. Kid? Tone shift detected. Confidence plummets. Decide to push anyway. Yeah, maybe we could hang out sometime? Heart pounding, palms sweaty, mom spaghetti vibes. She laughs. Not a giggle, a full-on, this is hilarious laugh. Hang out? Oh, you're precious, Anon. Precious? Like a puppy? Not the vibe I wanted. Stammer, I mean, like, you know, just chill or something. She pats my arm. You're sweet, but I'm good. Thanks. Rejection.exe loading. But I'm too dense to quit. Oh, okay, but like, I could get your number maybe? She raises an eyebrow. For what? Tech support? Ouch! She's roasting me now. I'm a punching bag. Mom comes back. What's so funny? Amber grins. Oh, your boy's just cracking me up. Mom shrugs. He's always been a little comedian. Great, now I'm the family jester, not a prospect. Night drags on. Amber's jabs get sharper. I'm sinking. Try one last Hail Mary. So, you free this weekend? She snorts. Yeah, but not for basement dates, cutie. Cutie sounds condescending now, not cute. Mom laughs too. Anon, leave her alone, she's out of your league. Double teamed, I'm cooked. Amber gets up to leave, hugs Mom, glances at me. Stay out of trouble, kid. No wink this time. Door closes. I'm not floating, I'm sinking. Realize she was just toying with me the whole time. Next day overhear Mom on phone with Amber. Yeah, Anon's a trip. Kept me entertained all night. Entertained? I was her jester, not her crush. No weekend plans, no number, no shot. Back to shitposting, replaying every cringe moment. My face when I thought she was into me. My face when she was just laughing at the neat clown. That feeling when fumbled so hard I'm a meme in her head now. Why don't you learn to cook, Anon? Really fun. Make delicious meals. Girls love it and find it hot. Literally beating a difficult Dark Souls boss to your satisfaction after learning a new recipe and successfully cooking the food. Nothing comfier than drinking a glass of red wine and listening to music while cooking. I like to listen to jazz. Great date idea. Invite a girl over to eat and get her drunk on wine. High probability of getting your D wet. I used to eat like a peasant until 4 months ago when I decided to make it my weekly goal to learn one new recipe every week and actually cook it on the weekend. Now it has become a hobby for me and I will never stop making delicious meals. I love cooking Spanish and Italian meals. Be me. Use ChatGPT for college. Get a respectable GPA. Try not to use any LLM during an assignment. Was impossible, so I gave up and came back to using it. I seriously would have failed out of college if it wasn't for ChatGPT. How the hell did people do college back then? Jeez. F all that noise. I just want the paper telling me I am trustable enough to be put in easy, high-earning positions. Learned guitar. Completely useless. Learn how to bowl. Completely useless. Was decent at history in school. Completely useless. Everything I ever focused on is completely useless and makes me no money. What the frick was the point? I just realized something today. In the Bible, there is a talking donkey in the book of Numbers. In Shrek, we meet Donkey, a talking donkey. A movie about fairy tales. And Donkey doesn't tie into any fairy tale like the other characters. Was Shrek frickin' telling us the Bible is a fairy tale? What does this mean, bros? Be me. 16 years old. Cute girl from class sends me a message. Hey Anon, I've got 2 tickets to this comedy show. Would you like to... Thinking she wants to sell them to me. Oh, no thanks. I don't really like these guys. Oh, okay. Sorry. More than 4 years later, lying in bed unable to sleep, finally realize what she meant. My face win. Want crossbow? Literally only wanted to shoot cans in my backyard, maybe go hunting rabbits one day. Live in the Sharia state of South Australia. Have to apply for a permit to own one. Go to the station to ask for the application documents. Why do you want it? Just want to get into target shooting. Just get a bow, don't even bother getting a crossbow. No criminal history. Literally outright refuses to give me the form and just says get a bow. This has happened 3 times now. Why the frick is this country so goddamn shit? I'm trying to do this shit the legal way and they won't even let me. 30-year-old male, no girlfriend. No friends, and has never even kissed a girl. Differential diagnosis, go. I like how incels know in their hearts that they are effed up, but refuse to do anything about it. What happened to Logs Day? There are 8 days in a week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Logs Day, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I learned this in kindergarten. We all did. Why do people say there are only 7 days now? What the frick? I feel like I'm going crazy.